What's the worst thing I ever found on my daughter's phone? My 16-year-old daughter, Mia, had always been responsible. Honor roll student, volunteered at the animal shelter, polite to everyone. But over the past month, she'd started locking her bedroom door, staying up until 2 a.m., and jumping whenever I walked into the room. I figured it was normal teen stuff until last Friday, when she left her phone on the kitchen counter while feeding our dog. The screen lit up with a notification that said, "Your transfer to the shared drive was successful." Something felt off. Against my better judgment, I opened her phone. Inside her Google Drive were dozens of professional-looking photos, except they were of Mia in her bedroom mirror, wearing different outfits, posing like a social media influencer. At first, I thought she was just experimenting with photography or style. Then I found the messages. She'd been talking to a talent scout named Rylan, who claimed to run a modeling agency in Los Angeles. He'd convinced her to send portfolio shots and tight dresses, crop tops, even swimsuit pictures, promising that she'd be featured in an upcoming fashion campaign. He'd told her she was beautifully mature for her age and looked 19 easily. My heart dropped when I saw the timestamps. This had been going on for almost 3 weeks. I scrolled further and realized she'd sent him our address for a courier delivery of the contract. Rylan had even wired her $200 to buy new outfits, real money from an untraceable payment app. The worst part? He was planning to come meet her in person the following evening while I'd supposedly be working late. I didn't confront her immediately. Instead, I called my brother, a cybercrime investigator, and told him everything. He traced the number within an hour. Rylan wasn't a modeling agent. He was a 42-year-old man in another state with prior complaints for targeting underage girls. We decided to set him up. I pretended to be Mia on her phone, confirming the meeting time for 6 p.m. Saturday. When the doorbell rang, 2 officers were waiting inside instead of my daughter. He was arrested on the spot. Mia walked into the living room in total shock as they led him away. "Mom, what's happening?" she whispered. I showed her the messages, the fake profile, the proof of everything he'd said and done. She went completely silent, tears spilling down her face. "I just wanted to feel special," she said finally. "He made me feel like I was actually good enough for something." That sentence broke me. We spent the next 3 hours crying together on the couch. I told her that real love, real opportunities never ask for secrecy or shame. The next morning, I deleted every social app from her phone and enrolled her in counseling. The detectives told me she wasn't the only one. There were 6 other girls he'd targeted online. Because of her cooperation, they had enough evidence to press charges. A week later, she handed me her phone voluntarily. "No more hiding," she said softly. "If someone messages me about modeling again, I'll tell you right away." That night, I looked at her sleeping and realized just how close we came to losing her. Not physically, but emotionally, to someone who preyed on innocence disguised as opportunity. The worst thing I ever found on my teen's phone wasn't the photos or the messages. It was the loneliness underneath them, the kind that makes a child believe a stranger online cares more than their own family.